Okay, let's talk about the number one trick that most people want to learn on their surfer.
360.
360. Most people want to learn that. And when I make it, it feels great. When they're first starting, let's first talk about foot placement, normal foot placement, back foot all the way up against the kicktail.
Yep.
Front foot, do you move it closer to the toe side edge?
No.
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 Right in the middle.
Yep. I have the same footing for every single trick that I do.
Okay.
Foot back here, front foot about here, depends on how tall you are.
It's about 2/3 of the way up.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit wider than shoulder width is what I like to say.
Okay. As far as where they're going to do it, starting in the back of the wave and working forward, where should they start?
Also, same position pretty much, right in the center of the wave. Once you have, it's kind of the sweet spot of the wave if you're just standing there. You want to kind of fade to the back, get your momentum moving forward, and same thing, pretty much every trick I do is thrown right in that midpoint of the wave.
Yep.
So that I have room to advance if I have too much speed, and I also have room to fall back if I don't have enough speed and save myself. So yeah, the mid part of the wave is really the best.
So the mid part is probably that spot that when somebody first learns to surf, it's where they feel the meat, like
Exactly.
all that push, right?
Exactly.
So you're saying that's where you're going to spin, but that's not where you're going to necessarily start the trick. You're going to start, your position is going to be a little bit behind it.
Yep.
Start advancing forward down the wave, and then initiate the spin in that meat, right, in that sweet spot.
Yeah.
How do they initiate the spin?
So I always initiate it with my backhand, and like you said, you definitely want to have that momentum moving forward. That's the most important thing, because while you're doing the 360, you're going to lose speed. So you have to come into it with speed so that by the time you finish, you're neutral. If you start neutral, then you're going to fade back and you're going to fall out of the wave the second you complete the spin.
Makes sense.
So I bend down on my back leg mostly, and I push my backhand into the wave and look over my shoulder with my, and I lean over a little bit. I'm like pretty compressed at this point when I initiate it, so I can get that board up the wave super easily. And once I reach the halfway point right here, bring your chest up, and that's gonna help you ride away smooth without nose diving. If you stay down the whole way, then you're gonna come around, and most of the time I see people nose dive, or they just keep spinning.
Okay.
When you stand up, it helps you kind of recover.
Okay, gives you somewhere to go.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so it's interesting. So you do say that you use your backhand and you hit the wave. Is that like it's a bit of an initiation, so it's not just body, you're actually pushing your hand off the water.
Yeah, it's a little hack. It makes it a little bit easier.
We'll take it.
Let's go.
You know? We'll take it. So you're going off. Have you ever heard the one where you take your front hand and stick it in the water inside your front foot?
That's the Kelly Slater.
Is it?
It's the barrel stall. Double hand barrel drag.
Okay, right on. Because I've had some people have success with that, where you take your front hand, stick it in the water, and that essentially pushes you around.
Yeah, I've seen people use both hands. Just
okay, but you're essentially doing
grasp
it
on
with
the water.
backhand.
I like backhand.
I like the idea of the backhand.
Yeah. The front hand can kind of put your upper body position in a weird angle, but for some people it works.
Okay.
I've seen it work more on a surf style board with two hands than I have on a skin board.
All right, so backhand, and when you initiate, where do you look?
Over my back shoulder. So always look where you're going, and that's going to help your whole body follow.
So you're looking over your back shoulder, and what are you looking for?
The boat.
So here, you're looking this, hand goes off.
Pretty much the second you see the boat, it's time to lift your chest up.
Okay, chest up. And do you pause here and kind of get your balance, or let that momentum carry?
I let the momentum carry.
Even first timers, just keep it going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let it flow.
And then once they're going, just especially with skim style, you notice a lot of people will over rotate and they just keep spinning. How do you avoid the over rotation?
So the chest being lifted up is the main thing that stops that, because then it allows you to re-engage the wake and even get back down. Where if you're down the whole time, your momentum continues this way.
Yeah.
Where if you can come up, then you have somewhere to at least kind of save yourself.
And set that weight back on the edge.
Exactly. You can push back down into your back leg and kind of resituation yourself in the wave.
This stuff is gold, man. Like my shades. This is good stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm loving it. And you got the best doing this. So that's the 360 skim style.
Yes.
Okay. I feel good about that. I feel like you guys have some really good info. Yeah.
So very quickly,
Yep.
I'll just tell you the difference on the surf style because everything's the same. You just have to push your back foot out a little bit harder when you have more fins.
Okay. And pushing on that, and this is something that I coach in wakeboarding. When people want to release fins, the misconception is, and I remember when I was a kid on my the early days of wakeboarding, is I would try to almost lift the fins out, and that actually makes them almost grab more.
Yeah.
And pressure and weight pushing on a fin is what releases them. And so it's the same thing when you're wakeboarding. If you push on those fins, that makes them break free.
That's right.
Right? So same thing as what you're saying.
It's just going to be a little bit more aggressive of a initiation, and once you're spinning, then it's almost easier because the fins kind of do the rest of the work. The main important part on the surf style board is pushing really hard into the fins in the back off your back foot, and once you're spinning.
Now, when you say push, because some people may just go and push on their foot, what you're saying is take your back foot and push it in the direction that you want it to spin.
Exactly. You want to drive into your bottom turn and almost try and turn it out of its axis. So if you're driving through the bottom turn like this, you want to push it outwards like that to get it to break loose.
Yep.
The key is getting the fins to break out of the water and break out of the direction that they're going and create air in between so that they can spin.
Right. Yeah, because the water is wrapping around it, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to break one side of that water off, and then the other releases. So more pressure pushing off releases that fin coming around.
That's right.
Okay. And the benefit of surf style is that because those fins want to grab, is as you finish, they tend to lock into that finish a lot better. Correct?
Yep.
Do you find that they don't want to bury the rail as much coming around? Because you know some people when they're on a skim style board, like you said, if they're staying down low especially, but as they finish, the board tends to stuff it because it's a little thinner profile.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it stays up on top of the water more being the surf style? A little easier finish or the same?
Yeah, I'd say it's a little easier finish, but that's mostly due to the fins. The fins.
Okay. That is some awesome info. That's on the 360. That is the one that probably all the surfers out there like, I just got to get my 3. I'm sure you do a lot of coaching, and that's probably the number one question that you get.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that's great info. Hopefully you get out on the water, have a lot of success. Great info. You guys, Noah Flegel, world, great info, you guys. From World Surfing, wait, what is it?
Wakesurfer.
Wake surfing world champion, Noah Flegel. If you guys have questions and comments about wake surfing, wakeboarding, put them below. If you got one for Noah, I'll pass it on to him. Follow Noah on Instagram.
And TikTok.
And TikTok. And thank you guys for watching. Subscribe and enjoy your ride. Peace!